Hail and well met, 'tis I, Bard, pronounce they, them, she, her, welcoming you, yes, you, to the mad realm. And in today's part of the hobby, I'm going to be going over something that is very important, not only to artists, but then we in the miniature community, whether you are focused on the artistic sphere or the gaming sphere. And that is, if you haven't read the title, your practice. So, if you're ready to learn and see how it might be able to help you in your own miniature life, well, let's take it to not the desk this time, but to the actual space. Let's go. You might be wondering, Bard, what the hell is a practice? And how does it apply to me as a miniaturist? Well, my friend, a practice in the artistic sense is: where does an artist work? What do they work on? And how much of it do they make? Those are the core three features that I have found of every single artistic practice. It doesn't matter what they work with or what their goals are. Those are the three things artists always take into consideration when it comes to their practice. Where do I work? What do I work on? And how much do I work on it? And those three considerations shape what space you want or are going to need to find from the options available to you. Now, when it comes to finding a space for your practice, we as miniaturists have something a bit more complex, because not only are we creating something, there is a possibility that, yes, it will move. It very well may move all the time, but it may be stationary, because we do have that aspect of gaming, right? So like, if you are an artist who works primarily for army painting and plays games with it, are you playing it in a space or are you transporting stuff? These questions are key to what you want to find. And when you do look for a space, take in consideration this acronym which I have made, and that is minding your DOMs. So, you might be asking, what are your DOMs, besides very lovely, I hope, people? So, the first aspect of a DOM is the dimension. And this is not just the physical numbers in space. The dimensions include every single part of your practice. Do you work with an expansive 50 by 50 room that has no windows, but you're looking to incorporate light into your work? Do you have to move through a bunch of narrow corridors when you are going to be moving things back and forth all the time? These are the questions for accessibility as well that you must always have. So always look at the numbers of a room, but then also, moving on to the second letter of the acronym, opportunity. Opportunity is both the present and the future. In the present, you must take in consideration, what can I do right now? Am I able to do what I want to? Or are you able to do something new, or what you want to do in the future? Where is your space leading you to? You should never feel held back. You should never feel rooted in one version of your practice. Like, I started off my second miniature journey just building random stuff. And then I said, you know what? No, I enjoy playing games. I need space for armies. And then I said, no, I like kit bashing. And then I need space for that. And then back to army building. And then back to skirmish and just doing whatever I want now. Those things, as I evolved as an artist and as a wargamer, needed to be addressed. So the space I'm in has shifted multiple times, always considering how much space, in terms of inches or centimeters, whatever you want, do I have available? And what can I do to accommodate those needs, such as shelves, trunks, storage containers, yada yada yada. Which, moving on to the M in DOMS, what's your medium? Now, as I said, for us miniaturists, we already know our medium. Our medium is tiny little guys with paint. But we do have a bit more complex answer. So, do you use an airbrush? Do you use spray paints? Do you work with brushes? What's the scale you're going on? Do you work in the epic 6mm scale, 32 heroic? Do you build full armies? Are you a skirmisher? Do you build one miniature and paint it for an entire year looking to join Golden Demon? Or are you just someone who goes on flights of fancies? Those are the questions that you need to ask when it comes to mediums. And also, if you are like me, you do work with other things, like 3D printing or traditional painting and sculpting, you need to have things like ventilation. And that plays into the dimensions. Do you have space to filter things out? And do you have the opportunity to grow and to move things for your safety? Which all somewhat ties together to the S in DOMS, which is storage.
Hail and well met, 'tis I, Bard. I just want to come on and say I did have some more audio going on here, but I only noticed it until later that some of my cat's activities were noticeable within the audio. So rather than having licking sounds, I preferred to have the jump in audio. Thank you.
You might see like the magnetic storage cases that army builders will have. You might see fancy boxes people will put anything in. It might just be like a cardboard box that you put on a shelf. It all depends. There's a lot of things when it comes to storage. Are you needing storage that's fancy so you can display your armies? Or are you just needing something to hold your little guys? And for those, do you actually have the space? Like, if you set a fancy magnetic storage case on the floor, are you going to trip over it? Or is someone going to kick it by accident? Luckily, I've never had that happen, but I have seen it happen, and it is terrifying. So those are the 4 things that you as an artist and miniaturist need to take into consideration. That is, the dimensions, the physical space that you are in, the opportunity to grow and to change, both in the present and the future. What mediums do you work with? And of course, how are you going to store it all? If you think about those 4 parts of the acronym, you, my friend, will have a functioning practice that not only is easier for you, but easier for everyone else. Because, let's face it, if you have roommates or live with family or even have pets, you need to take them into consideration too. You need to take their safety, their needs into consideration too. Unless you have a space all to yourself and have built your own studio, you're probably going to have to think about everyone else. So maybe there should be like a 5th letter in that acronym. DOMSO. Oh, second O for others. I don't know. I'm still working on it. Yeah. That's it for today's Art of the Hobby. My name has been Bard. Thank you all for listening, and may chaos reign. And always remember,